My story. Some of you may relate, some of you may not. But here is the lowdown. I am a convicted sex offender. The lowest tier. My registration is up next year. I was caught downloading an image of a child over 16, according to my arrest records. They found just one image, and I am a felon, had 10 years of probation, and have to register for 20 years as a sex offender. Growing up, I found myself being a social introvert at times. Spending hours on AOL in chat rooms, looking for images for nude girls, legal at first. It then started getting risky. I was, as what my therapist said, turning into an opportunist. It progressed and I started searching for images of girls my age, 13 and up. It became an addiction. It went in waves. Started when I was 13. Then school started. I was occupied with school work and friends. But then breaks came, holidays, spring break, etc., and the trigger was pulled and I would go right back to it. The risk progressed, but the behavior was maintained unfortunately. Eventually college started, and the viewing went primarily to legal-aged females. I spent most of my time chasing skirts at bars and in class. But I did have spurts. Just not as frequently as high school. It all hit the fan right after graduating college. State police, FBI raided my parents' house. I downloaded an image of child pornography and they traced it to my parents' AOL account. I turned myself in, and made a full confession. Admitted this was a problem and I needed an adjustment to my behavior. Was issued a notice to appear and had to go through the court process. At the time I was arrested, I decided to seek help and started seeing a therapist twice a week. It eventually dwindled to 1x a week, and then 1x a month until probation ended. But it was helpful to me. I was eventually convicted, but since the arrest and conviction happened after I secured full-time employment, my job was safe. I kept employment for 5 years after the conviction, and then started my own business. It wasn't easy though. Weekly check-ins with probation. The first few months I had an ankle monitor, and I was in NYC so it would constantly lose service, and the sex offender treatments. Had to call in sick a few times for a probation house visit or to see my PO. I found someone who eventually married me. The conversation was difficult, but it was had, and we have a kid. However, I am having difficulty getting her a green card because of the Adam Walsh Act. USCIS is taking a hard stance, and rightfully so. I eventually secured a professional license as well. I look back, yeah, I could have kept quiet when arrested, and probably could have gotten out of this. But the way this stuff progresses, if I didn't seek help then, I could have caused a lot more damage to people around me. This sickness progresses, and it gets worse. When I think of what the victims have to endure for the rest of their life, I really hate myself. Yeah, I list what I had to deal with, but it's nothing compared to what these victims have to deal with. The damage done to them emotionally is horrible. It's something I have to live with and remind myself of. I brought this on myself, and I have to do what I can to make things right. What have I learned? Well, for starters, I tried to justify this behavior by saying, oh, I'm not touching them so this is okay. No, I'm perpetuating a crime by viewing it. And it's not okay. I had to learn what my triggers are. Is it music videos? Environments I am in? Movies? What can I do to curb the triggers? I had to develop a safety net. Between family and a very close group of friends, I've learned to pick up the phone and make calls when I feel triggered. Also, being a business owner and keeping my mind occupied all the time has been a tremendous help. Am I still attracted to underage kids? I can confidently say no, I am not. That thought actually disgusts me. However, I am still battling the porn addiction, which is why the learning of triggers and safety nets helped me. This stuff will sit with you forever. If you are going through any of this before being caught, please fix it now. See a therapist. Look inwards before you victimize more people. I know it's hard, but it's a must if you want to live a happy, successful life. Live that life on your terms. Not with the label of so. Remember, it's not just victims in the images. It's your family who are victims too. Your neighbors. Your employers. This even goes for those who may not be viewing child pornography, but just pornography in general.